Hello and welcome everyone to a lesson on outer angle theorem. And today I will show you what this theorem is and what a theorem is. And I will show you 3 examples on this theorem, how you can use it, how it works, and so on. So let's start with the word theorem. In Swedish, it's the same as sats. And sats, or theorem as in English, that is a provable statement. So it's something, a statement that you can prove. You already know one theorem, Pythagoras theorem. It says that you have a formula, a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. That's the statement about right-angled triangles. And you can prove that it's true for every single right-angled triangle. So, a theorem is a provable statement. Now, let me show you the outer angle theorem. It looks like this. So we start by drawing a triangle. You do it as well, so you remember this. And the triangle looks like this. We have 3 angles inside the triangles. Let's call them A, B, and C. And you see this line is longer. So this is the outer angle, hence outer angle theorem. So let's call this angle V. Now, the outer angle theorem says that this angle V is equals to A plus B. That angle is the same as this angle and this angle together. That's the theorem. It's a statement, it's a claim. We say it is like this, and you could prove it. And it works for every single triangle and its outer angle like this. Now, in the future, you will never disprove this theorem. It's impossible. If you disprove something in the future, it was never proved at the first time. That says something about the science of maths and the difference between maths and natural science. In natural science, you never prove anything. So the laws that we use in science can be better and can be improved. Like when Newton's laws was improved by Albert Einstein's laws of gravity. Now, can you prove this? If you would like to try, you can take a break now in this movie and then you continue when you're done and see if you have done something like this. So let me show you a proof. It's quite easy. That's why it's a good theorem to start with, trying to learn how to prove things. Well, let me start with these 2 angles, V and C. We know that these both lies on a straight line like this. Therefore, V plus C is equals to 180 degrees. That's true because of the definition of this angle. The straight angle like this is 180. So to prove something, we need something in the beginning that's already true, that's already been proven or defined. And we also know that the angles A plus B plus C is 180 degrees because that's the sum of the angles in a triangle. We have proved that before. So we will use these 2 older statements that has been proved or defined to prove the outer angle theorem. Now you see, this is a system of equations. Two equations that both true, and we will solve it to prove this. Now, if this is equals to 180 and this is equals to 180, this left side has to be equal to the left side in this equation. So V plus C is equals to A plus B plus C. This is equals to this because both is equals to 180. Now you can see we have C on both sides. So let's subtract with C. We can show it by doing this. Subtract with C. That cancels C out. And we have that V is equals to A plus B. This is the outer angle theorem. And we have just right now proved it. It's true forever and ever for every single triangles. I could draw the triangle like this just to show you. This angle, let's call that V, this A, and this angle B. So V is equals to A plus B. It don't looks like this, but it's the same claim we have. The outer angle theorem works here too. Okay, let's use this theorem, see how it works. So we will look on 3 examples. Okay, the first one. Determine x. So let's draw a triangle like this. Here we have x, that's the outer angle. This is like this, and this angle is 20 degrees. Now, can you determine x? If you'd like to try, you take a pause in this video, and then you start again when you're done. Now, let's use the outer angle theorem. It says that this is the outer angle, x, and it's equals to the 2 angles inside the triangle that's opposite to this angle. So you never use this angle. You don't use C here. So x is equal to that angle, and you recognize it's 90 degrees plus that angle, that's 20 degrees, like this. So x is equals to 110 degrees. And when I write this, I will have a reference to it. So I write here, outer angle triangle. That's the theorem I use when I find x. And you can see it's a possible answer because the angle x is greater than 90. Could be 110 if I've drawn the triangle quite good. I will show you one more thing. You will never have to use the outer angle theorem, it should be. Why didn't you correct me? So you don't have to use it. You could do like this instead. 90 and 20. You calculate this angle. It has to be 70. And when you have this 70, then you can find this to be 110, because 70 plus this angle has to be 180. So there is no triangle that you really need to use the outer angle theorem. You can always go the way through this angle. But it's a fast way to solve problems. Okay, let's look on this example. Determine A. So I draw an angle or a triangle like this. So this is 80 degrees. This is 100 degrees, and you have a inside here. So you see, I changed the variable, the name of it, to x or a or v. It doesn't matter which name you use. It's the same theorem. Shouldn't be afraid of that. So let's see. You have an angle here. You don't have to use it because this is the outer angle. So we know from the outer angle theorem that 100 degrees is equals to 80 degrees plus a. Now the unknown is here, so it's an equation and we have to solve it. But it's a quite easy equation, so a is equal to 20 degrees. But if you would like to calculate it in some other way, you could start with calculate this angle. It has to be 80 because this and this together is 180. And when you have this like 80, then you know that this and this and this together, the sum of the angle in a triangle is 180. And you could calculate this after that. Okay, let's look on one last exercise. Determine x and y. And then I draw a triangle like this. Something like this. And then we draw this line so that this and this are the same. They are both x. And then you have this angle, it's 62 degrees. And this angle, we don't know it either, it's y. And here you have 28 degrees. So, x and y. Can you find them? So then you can start, do it by yourself. And it's a little bit tricky now. Not that tricky, but anyway. So, let me show you. There are some different ways to solve this problem. You could, for instance, start with this. You know that 62 plus x plus y, 62 degrees plus x plus y is equal to 180 degrees because it's the sum of the angle in a triangle. Now, do we have any outer angle here? Well, y is the outer angle to x and 208 and 28 degrees in the outer angle theorem. So, y is equal to x plus 28 degrees. And we have a system of equations. It's two equations and it's two unknowns. Therefore, we can find out both x and y. And if you would like to use system of equations, you do it like this. I will show you another way that might be more easy for you. Let's look on the big triangle. So we don't care about this line. This, and this. We know that the sum of the angles are 180. Therefore, 62 degrees plus x plus 28 degrees is 180 degrees like this. Now, this is an equation with just one unknown. So, we can solve it. So, we know that x plus x, that is 2x, is equals to 180 degrees minus 62 and minus 28 degrees. So x is equals to, and I divide the answer here with 2. Let's use the calculator, see what's happening. So 180 minus 62 minus 28. 90 degrees, and we divide it with 2. So x is 45. So this is a right angle together, x and x. Okay, we are happy now, but not that happy because we have to find y as well. This angle. But that's easy now when we know x, because then we can use the sum of angles in a triangle or the outer angle theorem. And I will use the outer angle theorem now because we practice on it. So we know that y is equals to x plus 28 degrees, but we know x is 45. So y is equals to 45 degrees plus 28 degrees. Therefore y is equal, let's see if I can do it in my head. 4 plus 2 is 6, 13, that's 73 degrees. Okay, that's a little bit about proofs, how you use them, how you can prove things, and this will works forever and it will never be disproved. You can't disprove anything that's have been proved in maths. If you can, the proof wasn't correct done. And 3 examples on how you use the outer angle theorem. So, thank you for today.